We are a Quebec gold explorer. We have found what we believe is a significant amount of gold on our Perron project, also some copper as well. What I'm going to do right now is give you a quick intro to the project, to the property, show you what we have, what we found, take a look at the infrastructure, and hopefully you can come back tomorrow with some more detailed questions going forward. So I will make lots of forward-looking statements. This has all been reviewed by our QP. Amex is a market cap around $165 million Canadian. We raised about $50 million up here at significantly higher levels than we're currently trading at right now. Around $20 million in the bank at the moment, well-funded going into 2024. We have had as many as 11 drills running on this project at any given point. Right now, there are 4 drills spinning 24/7, 365 to advance the project and to get ready for the maiden resource here. Really nice structure, 103 million shares outstanding, with no warrants and very few options on a relative basis. So this is the overall Perron, or the overall Abitibi belt. The major structures coming across on an east-west trending system. Our Perron project is right in the center here. It's a 7-hour drive directly from Toronto, 8-hour drive from Montreal, within an hour and a half of 3 active producing gravity-fed mills, all of which would be amenable to hosting our ore mineralization. This is our overall property package. As you can see in the bottom right of the screen, we are just adjacent to a small village called Normetal. We have beautiful infrastructure. I will show that to you shortly. All of the gold that we found to date is within this wedge in the center of the screen, and we found copper mineralization to the north of that wedge that is on strike to the past producing Normetal mine. So very similar geology, very similar structures, and we think we know the recipe for finding additional mineralization on this project. So we'll take a look at what we found to date, and we'll worry about the upside later. So Amex, if you're familiar with the story, something that confuses people is that we have a lot of different zones, a lot of different discoveries. To simplify them, we've got open pit style, open pit style, open pit style. These are low-grade, near-surface, disseminated ore bodies. And then the balance of it, with the exception of this and this, so those are copper VMS systems. The balance is all high-grade, narrow-vein, underground type mineralization. And the other really neat thing, and we'll look at this again shortly, is that all of these different zones are contained within 4 kilometers along a single road and start all directly at surface. So we'll take a look at what 300,000+ meters of drilling looks like to define this overall system. As I mentioned, 4 kilometers of strike, wide open in both directions with very little drilling. We've drilled from surface to about 1.5 vertical kilometers with high-grade gold identified in the deepest ever hole on the project, as you can see right here. This is our overall system. It's just showing the overall gold trend. I can show you in detail at the booth in Leapfrog if you want to take a deeper dive into this, but very, very widespread gold system here. Gold basically in every single drill hole that we stick into this Beaupré block, and lots of potential for additional discoveries, and very much open at depth and both to the east and to the west. So we'll take a quick look. As I mentioned, everything is fully road accessible. This is an access road that comes from the small town to the east all the way across the property, 24/7 access. We'll take a look underground at some of these different zones. So on the west, we've got the Gretienne, kilometer by about 200 meters. This is an open pit style disseminated ore body. When we look at this from the surface, it's dry, it's road accessible, it will be easy to strip, it will be easy to mine in the future. Our second sort of satellite pit is called Grey Cat, about 300 meters by 200 meters again, pretty dry, on the road, will be easy to mine and will be easy to exploit. And then we get to our flagship area that's called the Eastern Gold Zone. This is the one we'll take a little bit more time on. Beautiful high-grade gold, starts at surface down to over 1.5 kilometers, as well as a directly adjacent widespread ore body. And that'll become quite important when we look at mining this thing. So it may be tough to see on that screen. I'll zoom in a wee bit. So what we're looking at right here is the high-grade underground system, and then this whole body that right beside it is the disseminated near-surface mineralization. So what we're envisioning, and you'll see this in a second when I look at the near-surface environment, is an open-pit system that will be able to exploit some of this high-grade underground type material and then ramp down from there as we continue advancing deeper and deeper in the system. So should start off with some compelling numbers on a very forward-looking statement that I just made. So this is what that body looks like. So again, open pittable, near surface. There's a little swamp, but really nothing egregious. This is what the sort of pit shape would look like coming across. And then we've got our high-grade zone that starts right here and trends down to depth. So these two bodies are within 5 meters of one another, right near surface. One could easily extract some of that high-grade mineralization in an open pit system. This is the high-grade zone, starts at surface down to 1.5 kilometers, very continuous mineralization, running at a time, so I'll just quickly run over these highlights. An ounce over 6 meters, 100 over 6, an ounce over 8, over an ounce over 6, half an ounce over 7, and so forth. We drill high-grade gold, and we've done so since 2019. And you can take a look at our press releases to verify that. In terms of the low-grade near-surface mineralization, beautiful hits here again, 65 meters of 1.9, 58 of 1.8, 190 of 1, 50 of 2. Again, we've drilled these consistently. Take a look at our releases, and you'll see that we've done this steadily since discovery in 2019. Metallurgy here is beautiful. It's better than 99% recoveries of gold in 3 separate composite samples. It's free milling, non-sulfide associated gold. The reason that we are so confident in that, and one of the reasons that we think processing will be so excellent here, is that 75% of that gold is recoverable by gravity, which will result in a very low cost and very environmentally friendly processing method. And you can see on the picture on the right here, it's riddled with visible gold. Whenever we have these quartz veins, we basically always see VG within the system. We made a bunch of other discoveries that aren't really the focus of the drilling program at the moment. They are spectacular, and most juniors would be happy to have one of these hits. For example, 3.9 meters of 58 grams, 5 meters of an ounce, 13 meters of 5 grams, 8 meters of 4.5, 56 of 1.4 plus 0.25 copper, and so forth. So lots of additional blue sky on the project that has not yet been fully evaluated and probably will not make it into our maiden resource. One that we are working on aggressively is called this Team Zone. That's been the focus of the last few press releases. Beautiful numbers here, mix of high grade and low grade. So far, we've identified a system that's about 300 meters long by 200 meters wide, starts within 2 meters of surface, drilled down to over 350 meters vertically. So working on defining that, but it's another ore body that we think we can put into our maiden resource. And then as a bonus, we've got a nice copper VMS discovery that's probably hard to see on this screen, averaging better than 1% to 2% copper with some zinc, silver, and gold kickers over an average width of about 5 meters core length. So also very exciting, something to look forward to. And I've got 42 seconds. So high power transmission line that feeds Hecla's mine to the north. Transformer station that has excess capacity that again feeds the mine to the north, as well as the small town here. Beautiful core facility here that we can easily upsize and expand. We own most of this land here, so can grow the facility in town as needed. This is the small town we operate out of. It is a mining town. The reason that I can tell you that is this is an old tailings facility that has been reclaimed. There was an old head frame here for the Normatal mine. And we've got a larger town called Lassar, which services the entire mining and forestry industry in the area. That's it for me. Thank you very much.